Alright, I'm just going to do a little quick one here just to remind you of something pretty simple. When you want to put a picture in, uh, pretty much you want to have it ready to go. You don't want to put a giant picture in and sort of try to squish it down to fit. So generally your editing goes on before you even get here. Now I have a couple of little pictures in here just as an example. I'm gonna make a little space up on the top here, and I'm gonna format it as normal paragraph text just so that it doesn't have the underline and all that stuff. So like here's a insert image, and naturally it's gonna look around in here. I've got some sort of logo-ish thing that I made. Okay, so here's the name of the page, right? So here's teleport. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, and I got off easy on this one because it just kind of is sitting exactly where I dropped it. But I want to remind you about a situation that doesn't go so well. You may not even realize what the problem is yet, but you'll remember. So let's say I want to put in a picture right about here. And I go Insert, Image. Let me take this one here. It's been lovely, but I have to scream now. Okay, so in it goes. Now that is the positioning that it will do by default. And of course there really isn't anything that you can do about it from the Properties panel, just sitting here. Essentially, you're at the mercy of having a style that will fix this problem for you. In other words, fix it so this thing sits to the right or the left or something and kind of gets out of the way of the text. So I'll just make a little quick style for that. Right? So I'll go New CSS Rule. It's a class because I don't want to do an image tag control, or basically every image will do whatever I would say next, and that probably wouldn't look so good. So here's a way to apply it selectively. I'll just call it something like pics. And OK. Now, this is not about fonts. It's not really about appearance exactly. It's about things like where it sits. So I'm going to go to Box. And remember, float is how you stick something basically to the right or the left. So I'll say, let's put this off to the right. Now, there really is no reason to hit apply right now. That's not going to help. And one more thing that I think I'll do is I'll maybe put a little margin around it just to make it a little nicer. So my top margin around this, well, actually, you know what? This will be better with padding. My top padding around it will be like 30. I'm not going to do anything to the right because the picture is already sitting to the right. From the bottom, another 30. And from the left, maybe 35. I just don't want it bumping into the text at all. So I'm just going to say OK. And if I select my picture, now I know it looks a little different than this when you're at school, but look at the properties. When you have a picture selected, you have this little choice called class. And it's just like when you're applying it to text, right? It would be kind of silly to apply this, right? But down here, this little guy, can you see it? Pics. Now, I hate it when it does this, but it's lying to you. Okay, so this is not really what that looks like. That's what that looks like. When Dreamweaver styles go a little weird and you're inside of Dreamweaver, don't believe it. Don't believe it right away. Test it. Okay, so there's that. I created a little style to position that. And I guess that that's all for that one. All right, I'll be back with some other stuff pretty soon.